What rules has your cat set in your household? I must be in every room you are. I will claw at the door and carpet if I am not allowed in. Do not follow me around. I want my space. Cat must have the option of being in any room you are in. Will check crap out then leave immediately. If you close the door then the cycle repeats. If I can see the bottom of the bowl at any space, bowl is empty and screaming will commence until it is filled. If you do anything to my poop box, I must immediately rechristen it. The spring on the bottom of the door is your new alarm clock. All closed doors must be screamed at until they open. When you shut off all the lights to go to bed, that is ancient cat language for war, and therefore I will attack your legs as soon as the lights go off. I have to quickly pull both legs up onto the bed at the same time, otherwise the last leg up gets attacked. Once your alarm goes off, it's cuddle time. Oh, you want to go back to sleep? Then you'll have to do so with 11 pounds of Bogart on your chest. I will stay off the left side of the counter as long as you let me sit next to the microwave and stare at the food. If your lap is empty, it is fair game. If your lap is full of laptop, it is fair game. If your lap is full of anything that is not cat, it will be sat on. You may attempt to knit so, but I will be attacking the wool every 5 seconds. Extreme knitting. The picnic bench in the garden is my territory. If you are eating lunch out there, you must first appease me with tidbits. Any uncovered food will be licked. If you pee without me, I will be very upset. 1. Cats eat before dogs. 2. Dogs do not touch cat toys, but cats can have free reign over dog toys. 3. Cats get the spot on the bed that they want. Dogs may have the leftovers. If they meow in the middle of the night, I must respond immediately, or else be hit in the face with their sharp claws. Any accessible bread products will be destroyed, not eaten, just shredded. They must sit as close to my face as possible, preferably on my face. My inability to breathe is my problem. My cats don't destroy bread, but for whatever reason, if we leave a bread product unattended, you can be sure there will be one giant bite taken out of it, plastic paper and all. The only acceptable water is water directly from the sink. This might be instinctive. Running water is safer than still water. If my cat gets up on top of the fridge, he meows until you go in there and acknowledge his accomplishment. I've tried screaming your great Oliver from the other room. Doesn't work. Cats are dongs. This is cute and hilarious. Mom, dad, look what I did. Look how I rent licking come look. If you do not maintain visual contact with cheese products at all times, you agree to forfeit your right to finish eating said cheese products. And yogurt. Man, does my cat love stealing yogurt. I was putting the spoon in my mouth this morning as he dunked his paw in the bowl. I wasn't even upset, just impressed at his stealth. I can't be affectionate with my husband while my girl cat is around. First warning is the death stare. Final warning is to claw whatever she can reach on me. If a human is in the house, they must attend and watch all litter box activities. I will alert you when your presence is required. Listen out for the distinct "I'm pooping" meow. All soiled litter and deposits must be cleared immediately. I will inspect your work, and if I detect wee-wee traces on the pallets, I will inform you that a fresh layer must be applied by digging on the toilet seat. Thank you. That will be all. I must return to chasing this ping pong ball around the kitchen. Ha, my cat isn't like yours. Mine pees at the front of the box and shoots at the rear of it. She doesn't care about new litter or old litter. She'll crap on her crap. New litter means I better have the broom nearby because she loves to dig. You're awake? Feed me. I don't care if it's 2 AM. Feed me. You're in the bathroom? Let me sit outside the door and sing you the song of my people. I don't care if it's 2 AM. Hear my song. I don't care if it's 2 AM. Hear my song. One of cats likes to meow randomly and decided to do it at 2 AM last night, when I had to be up at 5. 1. Toilet paper must be locked up. 2. You must say hey to me when you get home from work in the morning. If you don't, I will get right in your feet. Yes, I know you're wearing steel toes. I don't care. Toilet paper has to be loaded the wrong way in our household or the toilet gets a TP carpet. Whistling is now to be used only as a form of interspecies communication. I'm a whistler. My cat thinks when I whistle it is only to talk to her, and she comes running up to me and starts talking to me in what I can only describe as closed-mouthed meows. We'll talk for a few minutes like that multiple times a day. This may be the most adorable thing I've ever read. My cat only talks to me when I have milk. 1. If you aren't in the room I will meow until you come pet me. 2. The water needs to be perfectly full and clean at all times. It can't even be medium full. 3. All rugs are mine. 4. I will sit here and watch you make dinner and anything that falls is mine. Sometimes I wonder if my cat is really a cat because he does not have cat rules. His one hobby is cuddling, but he is very polite about it. If he wants to cuddle, you will know, and you must cuddle, but he will let you move him until you're comfortable and he's comfortable. I work from home and he spends a lot of the day in my lap. Sometimes he tries to help by pressing the space bar with his head, but mostly just sits there and purrs. Warm belly and pats must be provided upon request. One of my cats will come over, and if the conditions are favorable, lay themselves across my belly, as there isn't as much as there was when they were a kitten. I now have to hold them in place. They kinda lay across me, one leg tucked under my arm, the other leg above my arm, hand holding their fuzzy tummy while the other hand provides scritches for the head and face as needed. My car absolutely loses his mind for Cool Whip. If I make an angel food cake, that fat bastard will bury his face into the Cool Whip container. Are you beginning to fall asleep? Then I must run wide open from one end of the house to the other at least 4 times. The galloping sound will help you sleep. I just moved to a house with a raised wood foundation. I have 2 20-pound Maine Coon mixes. They sound like horses running around. Don't move the fricking furniture. She's blind and furniture movement or rearrangement is a big deal to her, and she will respond to breaches of the rule by hissing and attacking said piece of furniture, or your leg. I reserve the right to walk directly in front of you really slowly, especially in the morning right after you wake up. Don't even try to change directions. Morning time is walk in front of you and make you stumble time. It is known. His food bowl must be moved at least 6 feet away and around the counter from the dryer when the dryer is on. If we're home, we have to open the door to let him inside, despite the window being open. He decides the appropriate time for everyone to wake up. This is actually handy BC. He understands alarms, so starts making noise headbutting us if we sleep past the alarm. Everything we consume must be smell tested, including alcohol and cigarettes. My one cat now knows the sound of my alarm. 2. He appears immediately when it goes off. He also sometimes likes to just knock it off my nightstand before it's gone off. From cat. It is time to wake up at 6 AM. Unless I am wearing my pajamas, then you can sleep in until 6:30. I must have the last corner or your Vegemite toast. It is mine, not yours. I will swipe it from your hand. If I fits, I sits. You're my bed. Clean laundry my bed. I must have chicken. Chicken with rice. 11/10. I sit between you and your phone so you know I exist. Party time is exactly at 6 PM every night. You must chase cat around the house shuffling your feet and screaming at cat. Bar stools are safe zones, you cannot see cat under them. When cat goes onto the couch, party time is over. Cat goes to the left of laptop, blocking the vent. Half and half goes on the floor. Dog food goes on the floor. Glass items go on the floor if football is empty. I can't go to sleep at night until I wash his nose. Every damn night. Of course he goofs off for 20 or 30 minutes after I've went to bed before he decides it's nose cleaning time. Then he runs in and jumps on the bed and then bounces right up onto my chest in one big 15 pounds lump. If I pretend to be asleep already I get the headbutt because he needs his damn nose clean. You may think I would have to get up and get a washcloth, then get the water temp adjusted to a nice warm level, then wet the washcloth and wash his nose, but heck no, he's not having any of that. He lays on my chest and grabs my hand with both paws and bites my finger until I extend it out, then he licks my finger repeatedly while intermittently rubbing his nose on said finger. He continues licking and rubbing my finger on his nose for a good 10 minutes until both my finger and his nose are disgustingly wet and slimy. Then he gets off my chest and curls up and goes to sleep on some other part of the bed while I lay there with one wet extended finger trying to decide if I should get up and wash my hand or not. Mostly I just wipe it on the bedsheet and roll over. 1. Buttholes are meant to go on your arm. 2. You will never take a shower alone. Ever. Don't quite know why my cats are weird and like standing in the shower with me. 3. The fridge is a paradise. Don't quite know why they like it in there either. I will crap in the litter box only when you are sitting on the toilet within sniffing distance. At all other times I will squeeze out a log in your bathtub. That's the cat talking, obviously. If the queen enters the room, everyone must turn and acknowledge her with a high-pitched ode in her honor to welcome her into the room, or else she will cry and cry and cry until she is acknowledged in the way that she sees is worthy. To immediately steal the chair you were just returning to. Attempting to move results in claws, hissing and other pee-off kitty noises. I'm not allowed to stay up past my bedtime, unless I'm on the couch where I'm available for snuggles. Being unavailable for snuggles after 11 PM results in brutal attacks. 1. We crap with the door open. Always. And by we, I mean you. 2. I am more important than Game of Thrones. To illustrate this point, I will frequently stand on the coffee table, directly in your line of sight to the television. Since I'm a nice guy though, I'll only do this when they're showing titties. 3. Any article of clothing in this house belongs to me, and I will lay on it whenever I dang well please. I prefer black clothes however. The contrast with my light grey fur is very striking. 4. As the head of this household, I reserve the right to sprint through the house howling at the top of my lungs in celebration of the glorious crap I just took. You do not have that right. 5. Any food placed before me belongs to me. Any food placed before you also belongs to me, and if it piques my interest I will not relent until you offer me a bite. What I do with that bite of food is my business, and mine alone, but I'll probably just sniff it for 2 seconds and leave it there. Your food sucks. It smells great, but it sucks. This one came about in a bit of a weird way. I work as a veterinary dietitian, and I had been reading a study published one day about feline recessive traits. One of the prevalent findings in the study had been that because of cats' predisposition to polydactylism, tendency to have 6 toes per foot, some cats will actually find it quite relaxing to have boots, which are actually more akin to fabric mittens, put on their feet, as hardwood floors and tiles cause imbalances in posture along ventral spinal axes. We tried this one day and sure enough, she seemed to quite like the idea. It even seemed to make her less prone to waking everyone up at 2:36 AM because she decided it was time to exorcise some kind of demon entity from the premises. However, she's decided that it would be improper for her to be seen publicly in such an outfit, so she pulls them off and leaves them near the door whenever she goes out. This would be fine, except that whenever she comes back inside, she meows and wails until someone puts them back on for her. TL. DR. Gave mittens to kittens because of research article on polydactylism. Kitten was happy at least. Well, I just spent 5 minutes thinking about actually doing this. You got me good, bud. Whomever's lap cat deigns to occupy is hereby exempt from all chores until said cat decides to vacate said lap. Any attempts from other family members to entice cat off an occupied lap, primarily for the purpose of chore completion by the owner of the occupied lap, will not be tolerated. Whenever a lap is occupied by cat, the owner of the lap may request favors to be performed for them by other members of the family, including but not limited to fetching food drink, changing TV channels, adjusting environment windows, curtains, heat cold. If favor request is declined, a second appeal may be made with the statement, "But the cat is on my lap." Keep the door to your bedroom shut when Auntie Claire comes round, or be prepared for security cat to defensively mark his territory on your pillow sad. If you don't like me, you have no reason to be at my house. You should wake up as your alarm says, because I'm hungry. Else, there will be another claw mark on your neck. Don't even try to hide. I know you're not asleep anymore. Feed me. Yes, I would like to fuse your clothes with my fur. You love anything soft, right? Breakfast will be served at 6:05 AM sharp. Failure to provide sufficient litter will be punished with doormat poo. There will be a small amount of cheese provided before bedtime. Failure to comply will be punished with doormat poo. Yes, that spot. Stroke that spot. Ha, ha, now I have you. You must climb the stairs when you return after a week. On each stair there will be at least 5 strokes. Failure to comply will be punished with doormat poo. Saturday and Sunday morning are for knee time. Failure to provide knee time will result in the 4-hour howling. Also doormat poo. Doormat poo. 1. I am the cat, thy god. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, especially that stupid dog. 2. Thou shalt not make unto thee any so-called kitty toys. I shall tell you what is and is not a kitty toy. Hint, anything labeled kitty toy is not a kitty toy. 3. Thou shalt not ignore the meows of the Lord thy cat and let me meow in vain. If I'm meowing it's for a me damned good reason. I probably wanted the door opened so that I could decide not to go out, or something. 4. Remember the time of the kitty food, and keep it holy. 4 AM sharp. Every day, I wilt murder thou and thy whole family if thou art even a minute late. 5. Honor my anus, as thou would your own mother and father. Bask in its glorious beauty. 6. Thou shalt appreciate the rodents, birds, and rabbits I murder for you. Their carcasses are a sign of my promises to you, and a warning to mine enemies. 7. Thou shalt not steal my favorite snuggle location for thyself. That includes the dog. I'm looking at thee. 8. Thou shalt not lie and say thou have no cheese. I know thou hast cheese. Give it to me. 9. Thou shalt not covet the dog's attention. Thou shalt covet my attention exclusively. Thou shalt pet me immediately. 10. Thou shalt not pet me, for I am a wrathful and angry cat. 1. Bed making will always include at least one cat jumping on the bed to help. 2. Wet ties are the best toys. Hope you didn't need that one because it's now in the food bowl. 3. If I'm up at 3 AM, you will be too. 4. Oh, you like to use the bathroom alone? Ha 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 ha. That's funny. 5. Water from the bathroom sink is the only acceptable water. Screw your bowl of water on the floor. That's for dogs. 6. Designated sleeping spaces include heavily traveled walkways and clean clothing. You must enter the house slowly so the kitty has time to get up and come to greet you at the door. Entering too quickly will make the kitty pout until you exit and re-enter. Female family members are subject to being bitten and clawed, both lovingly and from annoyance. The correct response is to quickly provide the kitty with a snack. Failure to provide snacks will result in further biting and clawing. 1. No touching the tummy. 2. No fricking touching the tummy. 3. Laying on one's chest will result in licking of one's beard. No exceptions. I must have the best cat on the planet after reading these comments. He won't eat anything whatsoever other than cat food and cat treats. He is curious and sniffs but just will not eat anything I'm having even when offered. It's like he can read the label or something. Throw a cat treat on the floor and he eats it. Throw a piece of cheese, sandwich meat, raw hamburger meat, literally anything and he sniffs it and walks away. Instead of waking me up early in the morning, he sleeps for as long as I do. I'm the one waking him up in the morning when I get ready for work. On weekends he is still curled up on the bed asleep when I wake up around 10ish. What he does do is freak out at midnight because I'm not in bed, which is a good thing when I'm absorbed in a video game and lose track of time. He chewed on stuff when I first adopted him as a year-old but grew out of it. I leave a Amazon shipping box on the floor and that seems to be enough for him to chew jump inside of. Playing requires me to show interest. He loves to play but doesn't just attack me or my hands unless I'm showing him I want to play. No random attacks while I'm watching TV. And to think this perfect cat was dumped off at a vet's front door at night. Later my mom sees the cat wandering the vet office like he owned the place while she is there with her dog. She knew I was pondering a cat, and the rest is history. Morning feeding time is shortly after going to sleep time. If you stay up too late you get yelled at until you go to bed. Resting a paw threateningly on your neck or face is an acceptable means to wake human up for food. I have to walk my cat now. He's always been an indoor cat. He's decided that he has to be walked now. He will howl for hours and hours until he gets his walk. If you assist me with catching this sky raisin, housefly, things will go much smoother and with less damage to the house. These are the only rules my cat will allow me to share with other humans, according to the contract I signed with a claw to my jugular. 1. Absolutely no whistling. If you whistle I will find you. Meow a couple of warnings. And if you don't stop I will murder you. Right in front of your loved ones. 2. When I'm thirsty, I demand fresh water. The water you just poured in the bowl, it's no longer fresh. Fresh means running water. Open a faucet, not too little. For I am thirsty. Not too much or I shall inhale a torrent of water and sneeze for 3 hours straight. And watch me drink until I'm satisfied. 3. It's cold, therefore you will sleep with me. Position yourself around me to keep me warm but don't you dare invading too much of my space. The position you chose is uncomfortable. Too bad. You will remain motionless for the next 10 hours. 4. Look at my belly. Looks tempting, doesn't it? So soft. And it's right there, in front of you, like I'm asking you to rub it. Except I'm not. If you dare touch me I swear to the gods I will shred your hand so badly no surgeon will be able to reconstruct your mangled appendage. 5. I'm hungry. Feed me. I said feed me. Feed me. B. I will meow and follow you to the end of the world until you feed me. I don't care if you fed me 4 seconds ago. I want more and I want it now. If you don't obey me say goodbye to the rest of your day cause I will ruin it for you. Let me be obese in peace. Feed me. If you have the right to keep me as a pet, I have the right to choose a pet of my own. Sometimes it will be mice, occasionally a bird. Should you attempt to release said pet I will be upset. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.